Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a massive end of summer book haul. I don't know how long it's been since I've done a book haul, and I may be missing books that are supposed to be in these stacks, but this is how many books I have bought in the last couple of months, which is absolutely unhinged. And as a goal of mine for 2024 was reducing my physical TBR, this is not helping, so keep your eye out for a new series coming to this channel very soon in which we will gamify reducing my TBR, because or else I'm never going to get through it. There are just so many books. I actually want to count how many books I'm about to share with you just because I'm curious. 63 new books, give or take some miscounting. That's a lot. I will be right back. I'm going to try and organize my stacks in some semblance of genre. We'll do fantasy first, then romance, then other, and anything I missed in the previous two categories. And I'm going to share with you all the books I've bought recently, what I thought of them, if I've read them already. And I would love to know in the comments what books you think I should read ASAP, which ones should I try and get on my September TBR. If you're new here, my TBR game is just that. It's a TBR game, so I can't guarantee anything will end up on my TBR, but I can try my best. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below as we go through. Be right back. Alright, I am back. The stacks are more precarious than ever. Here we have our fantasy stack. This is our romance stack, and that is what I'm deeming other. All other genres. Alright, first up I have another copy of ACOTAR. I saw this in a free little library situation, and this is the OG covers. It is in pretty beat up condition, but not terrible, and I just wanted to add it to my collection. I picked up these two books of a trilogy I had never heard of. This is Clash of Eagles and Eagle in Exile by Alan Smale. Not really sure. The covers really intrigued me. It says epic, bloody, and hugely imaginative on it, and also one of the Our Fantasy bingo prompts is just picking up a book based on the cover and knowing nothing about it, and I've never seen these before, and they were $1 each, so snagged these up. I bought Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I've already read this. It was a buddy read with Steph. I give it 4.5 stars. I cannot wait to continue on with this series. This is YA fantasy, very much inspired by the Hunger Games and the Red Queen series, but I loved it nonetheless. The North Wind by Alexandria Warwick. This book is on my August TBR, but I don't think I'll be getting to it this month. It says it's inspired by both Beauty and the Beast and Hades and Persephone's, and is a lush and enchanting enemies to lovers fantasy romance. So this I've seen a lot over on Book Talk. I'm very intrigued by this. Silver in the Bone by Alexandra Bracken. I believe this is another fantasy romance duology. I've been loving duologies lately. It says a deadly race, a life-changing prize, two rivals forced to work together, a new legend will arise. That sounds like so much fun. I finally picked up The Bridge Kingdom and The Traitor Queen. I have yet to read these books despite loving fantasy romance as a genre. I can't believe I haven't picked these up yet. I believe these are on Kindle Unlimited, but I am happy to own them physically. A church local to me had this amazing book sale. It was the first time I'd ever gone, and there were rooms upon rooms downstairs just filled with books for $1 each. I got 15 books in that trip. I did do that haul over on Book Talk already, but I've now have them split up by genre, and the first three I have to share with you are the first 3 books in the Mortal Instruments series. Now, I have read these books 2 or 3 times already. I owned the series a long time ago, sold it on Facebook Marketplace, and then kind of regretted it. So for $1 each, I did pick up City of Bones, City of Ashes, and City of Glass in pretty decent condition. These two are hardcover and this one's paperback, but that's okay. I just wanted these on my shelves. I have A Game of Fate by Scarlett St. Clair. All I know about this series is it is Hades and Persephone inspired. I believe this is a fantasy romance, not like a contemporary twist on a retelling, but let me know if I have this categorized wrong. I have The War of Two Queens by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the next Blood and Ash novel that I need to read. Also at that church sale, I found the entire Selection trilogy. I believe it's just a trilogy, so I got the Selection, the Elite, and the One. I never read this series when I was younger, but I saw it all over BookTube like almost 10 years ago, I feel like, and I just wanted to read them. I don't know if I'll keep them long term, but for $3 I got the trilogy, and I think it will just be a fun YA time. I believe these are like dystopian. And lastly, for fantasy, I have The Call of the Void by S.M. Gaither. This is book 3 in the Shadows and Crowns series. I really want to reread the first one in that series and then read through. I now have 3 of the books physically, though they are available on Kindle Unlimited. Why do I always do this? I'm not really sure, but that's it for fantasy. Now we definitely need to hop into romance because this leaning tower of books is making me a little bit nervous. A large portion of these romance books I bought in a bundle off Facebook Marketplace. It was like 26 or 27 books for $100, and a lot of them were books I was interested in, so how could I say no to that? The person lived pretty close to me. So many of these books I don't actually know that much about, but maybe I recognize the author, etc. So first I have Code of Silence. This says The Dark Kingdom, which is, I'm assuming, the series name, by Chantal Tessier. I am familiar with her, like The Ritual, The Sacrifice, like that series. This says, dangerous and feared. Those words describe my future husband, who just so happens to also be my ex-boyfriend. It's complicated. I think this is kind of like mafia vibes, arranged marriage. I'm not really sure. Can we stack these up here? Next I have The Dare by Harley LaRue. This is actually sent to me off of my Amazon wish list. This takes place over Halloween night. I know it is very, very dark. There's like 2 pages of trigger warnings. It's just a 100-page novella, but I'm looking forward to giving this a try. Kind of scared though. Bittersweet Heart by H. Hunting. This is the second book in the Lies, Hearts, and Truths series. It's the only one that I have, but I actually saw Tori from A Novel Life recommend this in a summer romance video. Apparently this is quite taboo. It's a summer fling, and then at the end of summer it turns out that the female main character is the professor and the male main character is a student, but I don't think they knew in the summer when they were like hooking up as a summer romance. So we'll see. I think this might be fun to try and get onto a September TBR just because it has that like end of summer back to school vibe. I got After by Anna Todd for $1. I don't know if I'm ever going to want to read this series. The books are so huge, but because I couldn't decide, and when you're at those types of sales where everything's $1, it's a church sale or a charity book sale. We have both types of book sales in my area. If you see something that you recognize, you just grab it, and then if you decide you don't want it or don't want to read it, you just bring it back and someone else will buy it for $1, and whatever place you got it from just regenerates the money, if that makes sense. So let me know if this is worth the read, diving into this huge series. I don't know, I've never watched the movie either. The Worst Best Man by Mia Sosa. Once again, got it for $1, but I actually don't know if I've heard the best reviews on this. I'm not sure. Fix Her Up by Tessa Bailey. I have read this book before. This is included in that big book bundle I purchased. I gave this 5 stars when I read it originally. I really enjoyed this whole trilogy, the Hot and Hammered trilogy or something. In this we're following Georgette, who is a clown to like for hire for birthday parties. And our male main character, Travis, he used to be a baseball player but got retired due to injury, and he's really struggling with that, and it's a romance between the two of them. Really cute. I have Brutal Conquest and Brutal Intentions by Lilith Vincent. This says it's a standalone forbidden romance, and this one says it's a standalone enemies to lovers romance, but I believe they're interconnected standalones, dark romances. I'd never heard of this one before either. Chaser by Charity Farrell. And I'm assuming that this is Surprise Pregnancy because it says, I'm suing Trojan, 98% effective my ass. Oh boy. Rewrite Our Story by Kat Singleton. One of my besties, Jess, really likes this author. I think this cover is absolutely stunning. And based on the title, I'm assuming Second Chance, but I'm not sure. I have 3 books in this series. They are not 1, 2, and 3, and I don't know if these are contemporary or fantasy either, so let me know if you do know. The first book from the Monsters and Muses series is Promises and Pomegranates by Sav R. Miller. And then I also have book 4, which is Arrows and Apologies, and book 6, which is Liars and Liaisons. These were the 3 that were included in that book bundle I bought, 1, 4, and 6. Maybe they were that person's favorite, or maybe they were her least favorite and she kept the other ones. I'm not sure, but the covers on these are absolutely amazing. And lastly, for this first part, there's more romance behind me. I got Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. Now, I did not realize when I first bought this that you really should read this series in order, which I was kind of disappointed about. And while it's not 100% necessary, the series really does work out better if you read Part of Your World, then Yours Truly, and then this book. I've been told it time and time again, so I am just going to sit on this and wait until I've read the other 2 books in this series. I've heard nothing but amazing things, so I was kind of bummed, but I'm sure I will love all 3 books, so I can wait. I have a stack of some Elsie Silvers here. Now here's the whole reason I purchased that romance book bundle off of Facebook Marketplace. I have my whole Chestnut Spring series with these gorgeous people covers, which I love these, and I didn't get Hopeless and the people cover in time before I went out of print, and I was so sad, and I was just scrolling through Facebook as you do when I saw this was included among this like stack of books, and she really wanted to sell them all together. So I bought 27 books for $100 when I really just wanted this one. But as I have shared so far, there are a lot of really great books I'm excited to read that were included, but this isn't even my favorite book in the series. I just wanted my whole series to match. I gave this book 4 stars. That book bundle also had Off to the Races and a photo finish by Elsie Silver in these horsey covers. Now, I do really like these, but I like the newer released covers even better, so I will get the next 2 books in the Gold Rush Ranch series in their new covers. And if I really love these, then maybe I will get the new covers in these as well. The Gold Rush Ranch series is more horsey than the Chestnut Spring series, which was more cow ranch, you know? And last Elsie Silver is Wild Love. I love the covers of these. I can't wait to get the rest of them, but I am reading Gold Rush Ranch before hopping in to the Rose Hill series, and then I will be caught up with all of my small town romances. I love Elsie Silver's writing so much. She's one of my very favorite romance authors. That One Night by Emily Rath. This is a 100-page novella. I read this on KU, gave it 5 stars. Thank you so much to Courtney who sent me this off of my Amazon wish list. I will definitely be rereading this. This is a very spicy one-night stand. I loved it a lot, so I'm happy to have this on my shelves. The Royals Next Door by Karina Halley. This cover looks so fun, but unfortunately I haven't had the best of luck with Karina Halley as an author so far, but I'm willing to give her another chance with this. In that book bundle, there were 3 books in the Fallen Men series by Gianna Darling. So I have Lessons in Corruption, Welcome to the Dark Side. Sorry, these have very shiny indie covers. And lastly, Inked in Lies. Again, I'm not sure if these are 1, 2, and 3 or what. Nope, this one is book 5. It does say on the inside flap. This one is book 2. And Lessons in Corruption is book 1. So I have 1, 2, and 5 of this series. Offside by Avery Keelan. This is a hockey romance, and this is much chunkier than I was expecting it to be. One I had never heard of before is The Grand Pact by J.C. Hawk. This says it's a part of the Grand Men series. So again, I don't know if this is book 1 or what. Ooh, it has a playlist in it. That's fun. It does not say. The font in here is ginormous, but it is well over 500 pages. The Honeymooners by Christina Lauren. Absolutely love this book. I gave it 5 stars a couple of years ago when I read it. It's such a fun summertime romance, and I'm really happy to have this on my shelf. My husband bought The Mistake by Elle Kennedy off of my Amazon wish list, and it's the gorgeous edition with the very light blue sprayed edges. So I now have books 1 and 2 in the Off-Campus series in these new covers. And lastly, for romance, Book Bestie Sam gifted me The Dead Romantics off my Amazon wish list. Another 5-star read from me. I'm going to try and reread this in the fall time. I read this on audio in the spring and was obsessed with it. This is so good. It's a romance with a bit of a paranormal twist to it. Alrighty, we are on to our last stack. These are all other genres that didn't fit into fantasy or romance. I have decided to start collecting the Temperance Brennan books by Kathy Reiches. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. These are 4 random books in that series. Bones is one of my very favorite TV shows ever, and these are the books that that series is based off of. So far I've gathered for $1 each Grave Secrets, 206 Bones, Break No Bones, and Bones to Ashes. My father-in-law gave me 2 James Patterson books. He really likes James Patterson books a lot, and then when he's done reading them, he just sends them over. We have 3 Days to Live and The Horsewoman. At the church sale, I was able to find this OG cover of The Giver by Lois Lowry. I thought this would be a good book for not only me to read, but also my oldest son. I have The Whisper Man by Alex North. I've seen this recommended a lot on people's like fall book recommendations. I'm worried that this will be very scary for me, but we shall see. I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. I noticed that this was on my want to reads list on Goodreads, which is over 1,000 books. So it must have been from a long time ago. Again, I don't know if this is one I'm going to read. It has something to do with twins and them having a falling out and the reasons why and all of that. We'll see if this is the book I end up picking up. If you think I should, definitely let me know. A Ruth Ware novel I saw in A Dark, Dark Wood. Sometimes the only thing to fear is yourself. What should be a cozy, fun-filled weekend deep in the English countryside takes a sinister turn in Ruth Ware's suspenseful, compulsive, and darkly twisted debut psychological thriller. Ooh, is this Ruth Ware's first book? That's kind of fun. We are nearing the end. I promise. This is so many books. I have And the Mountains Echoed. I also have The Kite Runner by this author that I have not read yet either, but I feel like their books are really beloved. The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle by Stuart Turton. I feel like this is a classic mystery book on BookTube, and I feel like I haven't dove into adult mystery that much. I've read thrillers and I've read YA mysteries like The Inheritance Games and The Naturals, which is by the same author, Truly Devious, those types of books, but I haven't read a lot of adult books in that genre. The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave. Again, saw it for $1, grabbed it. I know this book does not have the best reviews. It's very short, so I thought I would give it a try. I saw this in a free little library, so I did a bit of a swap with a book I unhauled. This is Pieces of Her by Karen Slaughter. I know Karen Slaughter is known for some very brutal thrillers. I think I only have one other book of hers on my TBR. The One and Only by Emily Giffin. This is just women's fiction. And lastly, I have 3 books by Ellen Hildebrand. I have Golden Girl, which now I'm thinking maybe I've already hauled this one. Sorry if I have. I think this one has a bit of a paranormal element to it. And I was able to find the entire Paradise trilogy in a free little library. So again, I unhauled some books and took these home with me. I don't know if these are in the right order, but I have Winter in Paradise, What Happens in Paradise, and Troubles in Paradise, all in really good condition. So I thought that this was such an awesome find. But those are all 60 plus new books to my shelves. Let me know your feedback in the comments below. What books are you really excited for me to read? And also let me know if you're excited about me gamifying, reducing my TBR, which will be a video you're seeing soon. I'm halfway done the first part. I'm really excited about that series on my channel. I'm so pleased about all of my book purchases, but it definitely needs to slow down because I hate to say that I've been buying books faster than I've been reading books, so that is not ideal. If you enjoyed today's book haul, don't forget to give it a thumbs up so that I know, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!